Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to install Google Ads Enhanced Conversion Tracking. So in this example here, I have a dummy website just for the case of making this video. So we have this form field and we need to capture the email upon the time that we submit the form. And you can see here, this is a Blogger blog. So let's say the user is gonna fill in the form and they're gonna hit submit. One of the issues with the forms on Blogger, for example, here that they do not redirect the user to a thank you page or anything else, but through Google Tag Manager we can use the form trigger, and through that we can capture the email from the field upon the user finishing interacting with the input field, and then we can send that back to Google Ads through Google Tag Manager. I'm going to show you how to do it. So first of all, I'm going to give you a JavaScript code that you will find below this video, and I'm going to explain in a second what this code does. So this code add an event listener to the document. This is JavaScript. It's all JavaScript, using an event listener on the event which called the blur. And the blur event is basically whenever the user steers away from the input field. So basically whenever someone is typing anything, for example here, and then they switch on to the next input field, so that event is called blur. So the code will add event listener to the blur event, and it's going to match the event name, the target of the field, of the input field, whether it's input field or text area. So it's listening to all the input fields and matching the name of the field with a regex regular expression that has the word email in it. So feel free to edit that code. If you don't know, you can always ask ChatGPT to write a regular expression formula for you, so that you can capture how the input field is actually tagged in your website. So in this scenario, you can see that the input field has a class of contact form email UK input, for example. And I usually on all the input field, I usually target the name attribute. The name attribute you'd usually either called email or called anything else, but it will usually have the word email in it. So that's why I'm using regular expression to capture any input field that has the word email in it. So let me switch back to the code. You can see that I'm targeting any input field that has the name attribute that contain the word email. Okay, moving on. So if the email field or regular expression has the event target name, then basically capture the event value and trim it, meaning cut all the spaces and store it in a value called email value. And then if the email value exists, basically create a window data layer, and then push through the data layer an event called email capture, and put the email value in an email data layer variable, and basically log into the console. So when you run this code, basically you copy it and paste it in your console. And again, don't forget to change this value here to whatever the attribute name of the input field that you're targeting. So make sure to match that to the attribute name, to the name attribute of your input field. So once you hit enter, it will run and give you an undefined. So basically go in and type in any email, for example, like that. When you click away from the input field, you will find that it's going to push it to the data layer, and it's going to push the entire email. Don't worry if there's duplicates. It doesn't matter, because how the data layer works is going to take the last value that got submitted with the same exact data layer variable. So now I know the code is working. So basically I'm going to go to the Google Tag Manager and I'm going to create a tag, new tag, and call it email capture based on blur event. Any name would be fine. Choose custom HTML and add, sorry, I forgot to create a script tag. Here in the custom HTML tag, you have to include the HTML script tags, the enclosing and opening tags. On the trigger, select all pages. This has to go all across all your pages. Click Save. So now we know it's going to push that code into all your websites. And then what we can do here is set up the tag for the conversion on Google Ads. So go onto your Google Ads and create a new conversion and take the URL. Add conversion action manually. Select the category, for example, purchase, whether it's going to be purchase or a contact. Maybe that's because it's a lead. Then select data-driven, model, or last click according to your preference. I don't know which one you would like the most based on your case, but make sure that you use enhanced conversion, and then that option is enabled. Click Done, click Save and Continue. Then use Google Tag Manager and get the conversion ID and the conversion label from here, and then create a new tag, and then says Google Ads conversion. Let's call it enhanced conversion. And then we use the tag Google Ads conversion tracking. Put the conversion ID, and get the conversion conversion label, and then the value, put any value. Leave the transaction ID empty because this is a lead sign up. It's not an e-commerce event. It's not an e-commerce website, so it doesn't really matter. And on provide new user customer data, you have to check that in custom fields. Oh, sorry, I checked the wrong one. Include user provided data, this one, and then new variable. It will set up a user provided data variable. So basically call it user provided data variable. And in here, just make sure that you add manual configuration, and then on the email, create a new variable. Call it email data layer variable. Select data layer variable and call it email, because this is remember, that's the same name that we're pushing through the code. Now hit save. Hit save again. Choose the trigger. I'm going to create a new trigger to target all the form submission. So upon any form submission on the website, it is going to send a Google conversion tracking to Google, and it's going to send the email. Click Save, and let's make a live test. So I'm going to submit all enhanced conversion tracking working. All right, publish. Let's go and preview. I would like to open always the console so that I can monitor that. So I'm gonna fill in the name, and the email. Yeah, it's working. So now let's type in any message and submit the form. Let's check on the Google Tag Manager. Everything looks fine so far. Yeah, this is one of the issues with the blogger. So you have to work your way through any problem that you will face. So in this particular problem, the the document does not log the form submission. So we have to capture the event that is the element visibility. So we have to, just one second. Okay, okay guys, so what turned out to be that we cannot capture the form submission event on this Blogger site. So what turned out to be is that whenever we submit it, there's a success message show up through this element. So what we have to do is to capture element visibility using the element ID. So what we have to do is set up a new trigger. I think I have it before. Just let's make sure that it's working correctly. Element ID, this one, no, it doesn't match. Okay, let's create a new one. A new trigger, element visibility, ID. I'm gonna target this one. And on the tags, I'm gonna put either of these options to be the trigger. All good. Save. Submit. Publish. Continue. Yeah, it worked. So here we go. Let's click on it. Element visibility. That's what triggered the action. The tag. And we click on it and click on show more. If you see, if you click on show more on the tag and you see the email is being typed in that format, it's if you speak Python, that's a dictionary. If you speak JavaScript, that's an object. So if you see your email within the variable email within the object of the CSS provided enhanced conversion value, it means that it is working just 100% fine. And these are the triggers that work. Form submitted to, that's the element visibility trigger. So that means it's working 100% fine. Yeah, I hope you appreciated that video. You enjoyed that video. I'm gonna leave the code within the description or within the first comment of this video. Thank you very much. If you like it, hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much.